Good evening, and welcome parents, family, friends, teachers, alumni, and graduates of the class of 2018. We would like to begin our program this evening by asking that you please stand and join Trinity Novak in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Trinity. It's my great pleasure as the principal of Meridian Early College High School to be here this evening and to honor the graduates of the class of 2018. On stage this evening, we're joined by the members of the Meridian Public Schools Board of Education. They include Board President Michael Bowen, Board Vice President Ryan Holtzinger, Board Secretary Dennis Cole, Board Treasurer Rebecca Hitzman, Board Trustee Janice Goodall, and Board Trustee Stephen Grubaugh. Unable to attend tonight's ceremony is Board Trustee Deborah Passmore. I would also like to introduce our superintendent this evening, Superintendent Craig Carmody. Tonight we celebrate our 55th commencement ceremony at Meridian Public Schools. While we cherish our tradition and honor our history, it's safe to say that the students walking across the stage tonight had a different high school experience than those who graduated in 1963. Tonight's graduates are only the third class who will receive diplomas displaying our new name, Meridian Early College High School. For those of you new to this change, 6 years ago, our Board of Education committed to providing every student in this district up to 5 years of high school to earn up to an associate's degree before graduation. To date, the students seated before us have already earned numerous technical credentials and over 1,500 college credits between them. More than 3/4 of them have spent their senior years taking courses off campus at Bay Aranac, Greater Michigan Construction Academy, or Delta College. While we've missed having them around in the high school full-time, we're proud of the work that they've accomplished while taking full advantage of these great opportunities. More than half of these students have committed to staying on for a 5th year. During that 5th year, the district will provide these students with tuition, books and supplies, transportation funding, and support for a full year of college or post-secondary training. When they're done, we estimate that over 80% of them will have successfully completed their first year of college through this program. Many will complete over 2 years of college before accepting their high school diploma. At present, we're the only comprehensive high school in the state of Michigan where every graduate is an early college student. The preparation efforts that have gotten our students to this point are substantial. For completing their bridge competition project during their sophomore year to finally completing their senior project and portfolio, these students certainly deserve their seat here today. Good work, class of 2018. We will hear from 3 speakers tonight. Our first speaker is Jacob Maher. Jacob plans to attend Michigan State University to study astrophysics.
Hold on a second. I'm just a bit uncomfortable right now. It is a privilege and an honor to be able to speak with all of you today. We're about to see whether or not that public speaking class I took at Delta will pay off. As I look at my classmates, I can hardly believe that we are all about to graduate. We have all been very successful to have made it this far in our education. However, my speech today is not your typical commencement speech about success. In fact, it really is not about success at all. I know that we all like to succeed and can gain a lot from our success. However, it is possible that we can gain a lot more from our failures. We have all failed at something, whether it would be failing to make the baseball team, the basketball team, making it on student council, or the jazz band, getting a good grade in a class, or maybe just a good grade on a test or in the class overall. Some of your minds might be wandering towards geodesign. Sorry, Mr. Lefebvre and Mrs. Garsky, wherever you are. I have three. You may all look at me and from an academic standpoint and think I am perfect, but I can assure you all that I'm far from. I have three examples of times which I have gained and learned more about myself from my own failures. We are all human, we are not perfect, and because we are not perfect, we cannot be successful all the time. I started off high school with big ideas about how the next 4 years would go. I had a plan and expected to execute my plan perfectly. My first example of failure is that I wanted to be in the jazz band. I love music and I love playing the drums. I tried out both my freshman and sophomore years. I was upset that I didn't make it on jazz, but I understood that the other percussionists were older, more experienced, and put in quite a bit more effort than I did. When I was trying out, I knew that I'd be making my mom and my brother get up earlier than they wanted to because jazz started at 7 o'clock in the morning. And I couldn't help but be slightly relieved that I didn't make it on jazz band, only because I knew after about a month of this, my mom, brother, and I would be at each other's throats after getting up earlier than we wanted to. I had an opportunity to try out again during my junior and senior years, but I decided not to. Over the past 2 years, I had realized that the only time I would really practice would be during practice time and not outside of rehearsal. I learned that being in jazz band was not for me. I didn't want to go into music, and it would not have been fair to the rest of the jazz band to not practice outside of rehearsal. Sometimes it is better to put the needs of others ahead of your own. It is better to be selfless than selfish. My second failure involved basketball. Another part of my original plan for high school was to be a part of the basketball team. I love basketball and I enjoy the adrenaline I get while playing the game. However, I didn't put in the effort needed to make the team. I practiced maybe 5-10 minutes at home with my hoop at home, and clearly that was not enough. I did not make the team, nor did I deserve to make the team. I was still upset about not making the team, but if I had, I wouldn't have tried bowling. The bowling team was new to the school during my freshman year, and I knew some of the people who were trying out. So since I didn't make the basketball team, I thought I'd give it a shot for the bowling team. I wasn't very good at tryouts. I think my highest was only like a 60. And for those of you who don't know, bowling is not like golf. You want to get as close to 300 as you can. But I did make the team since there were only 6 other guys trying out, and the bowling team allows for 10 players. Even though I wasn't very good, I had a blast practicing with my teammates. They all made me feel welcome. I practiced 5 days a week, about an hour and a half a day, and I was getting decent. By the end of my first season, I had a 101 average. I thought about trying out for the basketball team again during my sophomore year, but I decided not to. I loved bowling about as much as I loved basketball, and I was willing to put in the time and effort to get better. By the end of my last season, I had a 153 average and a high game of 255. I had found a new opportunity even though I had lost one, and enjoyed the past 4 years with my teammates. My third failure happened when I was trying out for drum major. Oddly enough, ambitious as I was, being drum major wasn't a part of my original plan for high school. Sure, I may have fantasized about it during my freshman year, but that was about it. I never even thought that I'd have the courage to try out. But my fantasies about it seemed to have had a rather strong grip on me, and I was curious about what would happen if I tried out. And for the last few months of my sophomore year, my yearning to find out the answer to this question only grew. One day it was a battle within myself to even work up the courage to try out. One day I would say, I'm definitely trying out, and the next, I won't, I will only fail. In the end, it came down to me telling myself that I didn't want to ask myself later in life what would have happened. I tried out, and it didn't work out. It wasn't from lack of practicing, but the fact that Zach was the better person to lead the band. It turns out that I really enjoy playing bass drum. almost as much as I love breaking them. I enjoy hanging out with the people in my section. I wouldn't have been able to hang out with them as much had I been drum major. I learned that I wasn't meant to be drum major, but was meant to be a proud member of the drum line. And because of that, I hold the most record for the most broken bass drum heads. 3 if you're curious. Over the past 4 years, I have learned more from my failures than I have from my successes. I have learned that it is better to put the needs of others ahead of your own, that you can find something you love out of the most upsetting events, and that some things were simply not meant to be. I had a plan for high school, but it didn't turn out as I expected. It turned out much better than I could have ever imagined. Failure is not the end. It is only a test to see what you will do with your failure. Will you sit around and pout because things didn't go your way? Will you take what you've learned from your failure and try again another day? Or will you try to find the positive thing that came out of your failure? I have always tried to find the positive thing to come out of my failure. I found it is only a waste of time to dwell on the negative. We will all fail time and time again. I only hope the speech of mine is another one of my failures, and that it encourages all of you to look at your failures differently, to think of them only as a test of your character. Now, for those of you in the audience who know me, you know I'm a bit of a Disney fan. So I decided to use this quote to end my speech. We keep moving forward, opening new doors and doing new things, because we're curious, and curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. Walt Disney. Keep moving forward, class of 2018. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacob. Our second speaker will be Taylor Solano. Taylor will be attending Saginaw Valley State University. She plans to pursue a degree in nursing.
Hey guys. All right, now we go. As many of you know, talking, being loud, and going crazy is my best subject. But again, as Walt Disney once said, it's time to stop talking and begin doing. So I guess it's time I take this advice. But not without saying a few things first. Here we are, graduation. I swear I was just in 5th grade, going to the bathroom between my 3-minute passing period to check on my hair and makeup. Now we're seniors, and we're lucky if I even get up and do my hair and makeup in the morning. But stop panicking, stop thinking, stop worrying, because you guys, we made it. I know I had a crush that was sitting in the same seats you all are sitting in right now. I know I looked up to the softball girls that walked across this very stage. We are watched, we are evaluated, but most importantly, we are looked up to. So give yourselves a pat on the back, because that's something to be proud of. Even though I'm proud of myself, I do have a regret in high school I feel I should get off my chest tonight. My regret is not being able to talk to everyone in this class. I hate to say it, but there are some of you that I barely know. How many of you can say you know everyone in this class? Any of you? I'll be honest, as hard as it may be to believe, I didn't like to go out of my comfort zone and talk to many people I didn't know. Crazy, right? I'm the loud and in-charge kind of girl, and I even find it hard to break down walls. I like to stick with my original group of people that I met in elementary because the hard part of getting to know someone was over. But new beginnings are about getting out of that comfort zone. So, class of 2018, can you please stand up? For real, stand up. There you go. We didn't get all dressed up and look good in these gowns to sit down the entire time. Now everyone cross your arms like this, and then cross them so the opposite arm is on top. It feels unfamiliar, doesn't it? Yes? I can't hear you. It does. It feels that way, it's because it's by habit. So this summer, or right now, break habits, pick up new habits that can better you. This is all about you. Do things that you wouldn't do before and have fun. You guys can sit down now. Kennedy Henderson, where are you? Can you please raise your hand? Hi, Kennedy. I'm Taylor. We currently aren't friends, but I'd like to be. Would it be okay if we get our picture taken after graduation? Great, I'll see you then. I'll be by the sign. That's where everyone will go, and anyone can get a picture with me if you would like. Just ask. I swear, I won't bite. If any of you feel the same as me, don't wait to meet someone new. Do it today. Get your picture with someone in our class and make new friends. It may be graduation, but it is never too late to make friends. We are the class of 2018, but we are all Mustangs. I'd like to take this opportunity to let you all know that I am proud of you, and I want to recognize each and every one of you in some way tonight. And let's face it, it wouldn't be a commencement speech without congratulating and thanking people. It's like a rite of passage or something like that. So congrats to the people who talk too much. You all, including myself, can stop talking so much and let people talk. Everyone can hear us. Trust me, I've been told. Congrats of you that don't talk too much. It's okay to tell people like me to shut up and let you talk every once in a while. Congrats to you who don't have their crap together. How did you do it? How did you get here? Congrats of you who do have their crap together. We get it, you're all amazing, and we're all proud of you. We can't forget the people who made this all possible for us here tonight. Thank you, high school teachers, for dealing with us when our junior high teachers told you that the incoming class of 2018 is going to be a tough one. We were, and it was fun, but the tornado has lifted and you can relax. But really, thank you for believing in us and letting us prove to you that we really weren't all that bad. Thank you, coaches, for taking time out of your own life to work with us and teach us things in a way only you could connect. Thank you, staff, for feeding us, driving us to school, cleaning up our messes, and just hanging in there with us. Thank you, parents, for literally everything, from the first day of preschool to the last day of high school, and thank you for everything you do from us from here on out. Thank you, Matt Dexter and Zane Stanek, who couldn't be here tonight with us because they took the heroic steps by choosing to serve in the United States Marine Corps. And lastly, thank you, classmates. Without each other, we wouldn't have made memories, we wouldn't have had the bad times to lead us into the good times. Never forget your roots, even if you want to get out of this small town. We are all Mustangs, and we will always will be. I thought it would be fun to talk about some favorite memories. So a few days ago, I went around talking to some of you and asking what your best memory of high school was. A couple that stood out to me were Joe and Sarah's. Sarah said her best memory was when she received the Spirit Stick for the first time. She said the Spirit Stick showed an accomplishment for our class. I thought to myself, she was right, we have came a long way. She also said prom was her best memory. We all realized we may never see each other again, but we'd have the memories to hold on to them forever. This made me sad, but also thankful for the memories. Thanks for pointing this out to me, Sarah. Joe said one of his best memories was when he chased chickens around the school. Now let's take a minute and picture that. He also said when Zane fell up the stairs at wrestling practice, which made me laugh and think of all the funny things we have witnessed Zane do time to time. And now I'd like to share my best memory, but I want to share it for a couple different reasons. The reason being is because my best memory is also my worst. I think you all know I had a rough year a couple years ago. I felt hated, betrayed, and flat out alone. It was the hardest thing I've had to go through. I went from loving school to dreading every minute of it. Some days I wanted to stay in bed and ignore the world around me. It took one person to friend me and help me gain my confidence back and move on. In time, days got better, and I learned to enjoy school again. Thinking back to this time makes me sad, but thinking of the days after, I realized this truly is my best memory. I got through it. I did. I survived. And I know how to stand above a hard situation is truly a blessing in disguise. So yes, I'm thankful for my bad memory and being able to rise above it. Another reason I wanted to share this is because I know a lot of you have felt this way at some point, and I know a lot of you may be still feeling it tonight. For those of you that have experienced this, please go out and be that one friend. Even if we don't know it, we are all something. We are all that person to someone. None of us are bystanders. So it's time to stop talking and begin doing. Be someone's hero. All right, I'm done with the sappy stuff, and I'm going to stop saying the things adults have been saying to us for the last 4 years. I'm going to tell you what you want to hear. This is our last summer as kids. Some of us are going to school again next year. Some of us start work. So let's have some fun first. Reach under your seats and grab the sticky note. It's stuck to your chair and it's blue. Stuck to the bottom of your chair.
No, the blue one.
It's blue. Read it and hold it up in the air when you're done. All right, you can put it down now. Recycle it, keep it, either way, it doesn't matter to me, as long as you memorize it. I need you all just to promise me that you will try to do the thing on the sticky note this summer. Some of it is fun stuff, some of it's real life stuff, and some of it's just paying it forward stuff. But every one of them will make you go out of your comfort zone in some way. So go crazy, be wild, be fun, be safe. I'm excited to see where all of you will end up in 10 years. I wish you luck and happiness. I would say keep in touch, but I know a lot of you just want to get out of here already. Remember, do something out of your comfort zone. Be familiar with being unfamiliar. Here we go.
Thank you, Taylor. Each year, we give the graduating class the opportunity to select someone to deliver their commencement address, an adult they have connected with over the years. This year's commencement address will be given by Meridian Early College High School Dean of Student Services, Amy Boxey.
So it was 29 years ago that I stood on this very same stage giving a commencement speech, but at that time I was a student speaking to the class of 1989. When I found out I was nominated to speak this time to the class of 2018, two things crossed my mind. One, I'm incredibly honored, and two, time goes by really fast and I'm feeling pretty old. I'm a proud graduate of Meridian High School, class of 1989. After graduation, I attended Michigan State University, earning a degree in biology and natural science, and graduated with my secondary education certificate. After spending 1 year as a teacher downstate, I was hired by Mr. King, Zach Grubau's grandpa, and have spent my career at Meridian ever since, 25 years in all. Some of you may not know this, but before I moved to the main office 5 years ago as the Dean of Students, I was a teacher here. I taught biology, anatomy, physiology, AP biology, and even physics for a few years. I love teaching. I love the subject matter. I love science. You've all had biology, BioLit, and many of you have taken Ms. Nozakowski's PBS and HBS classes. As you know, there's so much vocabulary in these classes, so much to remember, so much to learn. Prefixes, suffixes, Latin root words. Don't blame Miss N for the Freyer models. That would be me. With all those terms, scientific concepts, and processes to remember, I used to teach my kids mnemonic devices to help them. A mnemonic device is something used to assist in memory. It could be a phrase, a verse, or a formula. I know that there are some former students out there. Should we see what you remember? In biology, we spent time learning taxonomy and classification. We used the phrase, King Philip came over from Germany singing, to help us remember the taxons or the groups. The first letter of each of those words in the phrase was a clue to help us. Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Are there any former AP Bio students out there? Yes. To help you remember the most abundant elements that make up living things, we use the made-up word sponch, S-P-O-N-C-H, sulfur, phosphorus, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, and hydrogen. So I was trying to think back to my graduation. What was my speech about? What were the sage words showered on my class of 1989 that would give us insight to our futures? Who even spoke at my graduation? Sadly, I have no idea. I just can't seem to remember. So I decided to use one of my tools for teaching, a mnemonic device, to hopefully pass on some words of wisdom that you might remember, that you might carry with you over the years. Words that might inspire you or guide you as you make your way through life, things that I have learned. So the title of my speech tonight is Mnemonic Gift, G-I-F-T. So let's start with the G. G stands for give. In today's world, there seems to be so much selfishness. It's all about me, my time, my money, my possessions, my wants. I'm not proposing that your time is not important or that you shouldn't have nice things or reach for lofty goals, but having time and having money and possessions will not make you happy. In fact, self-centeredness leads to emptiness. So I challenge you instead to give. Instead of being selfish, be selfless. Give of your time, give of your talents, give of yourself. Father Dan Fox, one of the people I respect most in this world, shared one Sunday this phrase, Live your life as one long gift to another. It's so good, I'm going to say that one more time. Live your life as one long gift to another. So who will you live for? To whom will you give? The second letter in my gift to you is integrity. I. Integrity is the quality of having strong moral principles, good character, honesty, decency. It's been said that if you succeed without integrity, it is not succeeding at all, but rather failing. When you have a choice to make, will you choose based on values or on your own personal gain? If you make it big in life, will you get there by trampling others? If your talents take you to professional status, will you stay humble? If you see someone in need, someone who's been downtrodden, will you ignore? It's the choices you make and how you treat others that will define you. Integrity is everything. F, the third letter in my gift to you. F is for faith. Life is hard. There will be times in your life when you will be brought to your knees, literally and figuratively. A loss of a loved one, a disappointment, a tough choice in the direction you should go, a challenge that seems insurmountable. Some of you have faced those times already, and if you haven't, you surely will. In those times, I encourage you to reach out in faith. Say a prayer, ask for strength, for comfort, for guidance, for perseverance. Lean on those who can help nurture your faith. For me, it's my faith that has guided my path. It's my faith that has given me courage. It's my faith that has brought me comfort, and it's the people who nurtured my faith that I leaned on to help carry me through. And the final letter in my gift to you is T. T is for thank you. You've all made it to this point with the help of some incredible people, a parent, an aunt, uncle, or grandparent. Maybe it was a teacher or a coach, a counselor, or a friend. Take time to say thank you, not in a text or over the phone. Do people actually talk on the phone anymore? It could be a face-to-face thank you, but even more meaningful is the handwritten word in your best penmanship. Write the words that are deep in your heart. Give thanks for the encouragement, for the time that they've spent with you. Give thanks for the values they've worked hard to instill in you. Give thanks for their selflessness. I'd like all of you to reach under your chair right now and pick up the white envelope that is there. So inside is a blank thank you card. The envelope is already stamped. It's ready to be delivered by good old snail mail. It's your final task, your last assignment at Meridian Early College High School. Write a thank you note. I hope you look back on today, 29 years from now, and remember the speech. Give to others, live with integrity, nurture your faith, and be sure to say thank you. This is my gift to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Boxey. At this time, we'd like to invite our seniors who are in the band to take their place for a final song. Each year, our music program under the direction of Mr. Matthew Shepard and Ms. Katie DeRees continues to amaze me. I know our community is aware of the quality music program that we are fortunate to have at Meridian Public Schools. This year, both our concert and symphonic bands received straight 1 ratings at Festival. Our jazz band was selected to perform at the International Detroit Jazz Festival for the 5th time in 6 years. Band students have earned over $6,000 in scholarships this school year from local organizations, and 14 students qualified and participated in MSBOA State Solo and Ensemble Festival. Obviously, our music program is a point of pride in which we can all appreciate. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the Meridian Early College Symphonic Band. Thank you, Mr. Shepard and band members. Before we begin the presentation of diplomas, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the alumni of the class of 68 in attendance. They are celebrating their 50th class anniversary this year. Could the class of 68 please stand for recognition? Thank you all for joining us tonight. Well, students, it's that time. The time that you, your teachers, and your parents have all been waiting for, the presentation of diplomas. This is an appropriate time for me to remind you that so many people are extremely proud of you. Your hard work and dedication to your studies have led you to this point. Everyone in this room is looking forward to the bright future that you will create. Mrs. Boxey, will you please confirm for me that these students are indeed ready to continue?
Maybe. Students, upon review of your transcripts, it is my pleasure to announce that you have all met the academic requirements necessary to pursue your next step in life. Whether you have completed the Michigan Merit Curriculum, met all graduation requirements, and are receiving your diploma, are receiving an early college credential to participate in the 5th year, or are earning a certificate of completion for your work in our school, the Meridian Public Schools is happy to release you to the world.
At this time, I will call each student to the stage to receive their documents presented by the members of the Board of Education. During tonight's presentation, you will hear me call the names of 2 students who will not walk across the stage, as they've already started their basic training with the United States Marine Corps. We are proud of these young men and thank them for their service. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you the class of 2018. Bryn Mackenzie Arnold. Brandon Michael Avery. Alyssa Marie Bailey. Samuel Bramblett Bailey. Joshua Lawrence Baker. Michael Damon Alice Beck. Emily Elizabeth Blake. Mackenzie Marie Bloom. Alec Mason Boyer. Brandon Christopher Cetus. Alexis Marie Curler. Sarah Lynn Davis. Spencer Benjamin Dietrich. Matthew James Dexter. Connor Patrick DiGiovanni. Brandon Scott Druin. Avery Thomas Dole. Cole Richard Federer. Matthew Thomas Gary. Ryan Lee Gordon. Alyssa D. Grice. Zachary Paul Grubaugh. Daniel Gary Hamilton, Jr. Preston Nicholas Hammond. Erin Rachel Haskell. Kennedy Dawn Henderson. Cody Philip Hollingshead. Riley Elizabeth Hopkins. Cameron Thomas Houtman. Chelsea Lynn Jensen. Anthony Allen Robert Johnson. Michaela Marie Keenan. Lauren Michelle Kelsey. Matthew Robert Kennard. Kyle Henry Kosnick. Cole Douglas Kerchek. Sydney Klein Laplow. Kaylee Grace Levac. Holly Leanne Lavely. Ethan Joseph Lewandowski. Evan Allen Litton. Taylor Kennedy Lissay. Kelia Marianne Long. Taylor Marie Lusk. Jared Michael Malag. Shelby Ann Marden. Jacob Alexander Maher. Haley J. Maynard. Cameron Nicole McKellar. Hunter Daniel McLaughlin. Rebecca Claire McNett. Lauren Angela Mielbeck. Jonathan Dwayne Miller. Joseph Frank Myron. Madison Jane Murray. Grant Dietrich Nemitz. Alyssa Ann Knoll. Trinity Joe Novak. Aaron Michael O'Connell. Seth Michael Orvash. Abigail Faith Person. Austin Nathaniel Pohl. Aubrey Ann Rice. Alexa Lynn Rogers. Christy Lee Sample. Taylor Paige Solano. Zane Andrew Stanek. Garrett Michael Stockford. Brandy Faye Studebaker. Skylar Jean Sturgeon. Ashley Lauren Sutton. Zachary Lawrence Thompson. Owen Donald Van Kuiken. Lakia Marie Weatherall. Tyler J. Weatherall. Hunter Kenneth White. Isaiah Richard Williams. Hunter Devin Wischowski. Carson Stephen Yarmark. Logan Michael Draski. And Tabor Arlen Zeman. Class of 2018, please move your tassels from the right to the left to signify that you are now alumni of Meridian Early College High School. Audience, please remain seated until all graduates and staff have exited the gym.